You may have heard that hospital indemnity insurance can help protect you from unexpected hospital bills. But is it the right coverage for you? Today, we'll go over how hospital indemnity insurance works and a few things you need to know before you decide to make a decision on your benefits. Stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss this. So, what exactly is hospital indemnity insurance? Well, it's a type of supplemental insurance that's designed to complement your regular health insurance plan, not replace it. In general, this benefit pays you a fixed amount either per hospital stay or per day that you're in the hospital. And the good news is that you can ultimately use this money as you see fit. So here's an example on how hospital indemnity insurance could work for you. Let's say, unfortunately, you have a hospital stay. Even though you have health insurance, you may have a higher deductible and you may need some additional cash to help pay for your deductible. Well, in the case of the hospital indemnity insurance, it will pay you directly a fixed cash amount, and you can either use that to help cover the cost of lost wages or perhaps cover the cost of your hospital visit. So, here are a few important things that you need to know about hospital indemnity insurance. So, number one, it pays a fixed amount either per hospital visit or per day that you're in the hospital. Number two, the payment goes directly to you, not the hospital. Number three, there are no restrictions on how you use the underlying benefit. Number four, it can cover more than just a hospital stay. Some policies will cover visits to the emergency room or even outpatient procedures, but it will vary based upon the underlying policy. The hospital indemnity plan is also HSA compliant, which means that if you happen to be enrolled in a qualified high deductible health plan and you're continuing to contribute to an HSA, you can also be enrolled in a hospital indemnity plan and also receive benefit payments from the policy without jeopardizing your HSA contribution status. If you want additional details on how HSA plans work, click on the link on the video in front of you. It's also worth noting that the benefit comes to you entirely tax-free as long as the premiums that you pay for this are on a post-tax basis. Typically, the way most employers will set up a hospital indemnity plan is that your premiums for this plan come out of your paycheck on a post-tax basis, and that's a little different compared to how traditional health insurance works. But the good news is that since your premiums are on a post-tax basis, any benefit that you receive is entirely tax-free to you. So is hospital indemnity insurance right for you? It can be a smart move if you happen to have a high deductible health plan. You're concerned about paying for the hospital bills associated with an unexpected hospital visit, or perhaps you're self-employed and you don't have access to sick pay. Under these scenarios, a hospital indemnity plan may make sense for you. And here's an additional scenario. So in my particular case, my son, John the Fourth, was recently born. Mother and baby are doing well, but going into the plan year, my wife and I did know that we were going to be trying to have a baby, and I decided to sign up for coverage in open enrollment. So because we did that, my wife's hospital visit was eligible for benefits under the hospital indemnity plan. And then here's the kicker. We also got a payment for my son's hospital visit associated with the birthing expenses. So for us, we got paid twice on the same hospital visit. Now, for 2025, I decided to discontinue the policy because we aren't expecting any additional children in our lives. Hopefully, my wife doesn't have other plans. Now, John, when does hospital indemnity insurance not make sense? So to begin with, let's say you have very generous underlying health insurance benefits. Perhaps you have a $0 deductible plan, or you happen to have a very low copay associated with a hospital stay. In that circumstance, it may make sense for you to not enroll in the coverage because you happen to have robust medical coverage already. Number two, let's say you have access to robust short-term disability benefits and you happen to have generous health insurance. In that case, you may decide not to enroll in the coverage because the additional premium to you might not be worth it. Number three, let's say you're young and healthy. If you're not expecting to have a hospital stay in the near future, it may make sense for you not to enroll in coverage. Ultimately, it comes down to weighing your risk and deciding what makes you feel financially secure. Now, before we close out, let's talk about the cost of hospital indemnity insurance. In general, the policy cost will vary based upon how generous the underlying benefit is, where your employer is located, and whether or not you're covering yourself or multiple dependents. For family coverage, I typically see that the average monthly premium can be anywhere from $25 all the way up to $100 per month. Now, we want to hear from you. Is hospital indemnity something that you would consider enrolling in? And if you did, what was the underlying experience like? Comment below.